Turn to that tab. Let's talk about like terms. Like terms have the same variable or lack of variable. Like two constants are like terms. So let's write that down. Like terms have the same variable. Or lack of variable. And I'm going to give you an example right now. Go ahead and write the expression. Here's our example. Two x squared plus 3x plus x squared minus 2x plus 5 minus 2. It's a pretty long expression, but no equal sign, so it's our expression. And we're going to identify the like terms. So you can probably tell that some things have, some terms have things that look the same. Like this is 2x squared and this is x squared. So these are both like terms. They have the same variable to the same power. So those are our like terms. So and actually before we circle any like terms, I just like to point out that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 terms in this expression. That would be a really good quiz question for me to ask you. How many terms are in this expression? Remember, terms are separated by plus and minus signs. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we might want to write that down. There's 6 terms here. So our like terms, I pointed out just a second ago, 2x squared is a like term, and x squared is a like term. Right here we have 2 x squareds, like we would have 2 oranges or 2 apples. 2x squareds. And then we just have 1 over here. So let's pretend that the x squared were oranges real quick. If you had 2 oranges and then 1 more orange, you'd have 3 oranges altogether. And that's what we have here. We've got 2x squareds and 1x squared. My light's turned off. Okay. 2x squareds and 1x squared all together would give us 3x squareds if we combine our like terms. And then over here we just have 3x and minus 2x. So these are like terms. Positive 3x's, and if we took away 2 x's, we would just have 1 x left. And then over here, where these 2 numbers don't have a variable, lack of variable, these are our constants, and we can just combine those. We could just do a positive 5 and a negative 2 together. So let's just point out that these are like terms, and these are like terms, and these are like terms. Like terms. Hopefully you have a good idea of what like terms are. Because now we're going to put them together and show you how you could take a real long expression like this and make it simpler, a lot less scary. So let's talk about combining like terms. Make it look special. You're gonna have to do this a lot. When you come in next time to class, we're gonna be practicing a lot of combining like terms. It's a skill that you're gonna be using in math for years and years and years. So you're gonna get real good at it this year. Combining like terms. So here's another expression. 2x plus 4y minus 5x. Oops. Sorry about that. Let's make that an x. 5x minus 7y. So I'm going to quickly highlight our like terms. We've got 2x and a negative 5x. So these two need to be combined. You can add, well, you can combine your 2 and your negative 5. And then these two y's, they have the same variable. So you could put these together. Notice how I'm highlighting the sign in front of your term, because it's really important. This is a negative 7. This is a negative 5, positive 4, positive 2. So let's write some steps. So when we go to try these, you'll know exactly how to start. So step 1, identify your like terms. So I just did that by highlighting the two like terms that we have. Step 2 is, I want you to take a look at, is the term positive or negative? Okay, so that's why we're looking at what's in front. And then step 3 is add or subtract them. Combining by adding or subtracting. So we're going to take these two and I'm going to rewrite them down here. So 2x and minus 5x. Okay? And then I'm going to put these two together. So I'm using the commutative property, kind of rearranging it so that my terms, excuse me, are all right together so I can see what they look like when both numbers are together. So here I've got 2x's, right? But then I have to take 5 away. And 2 minus 5 is negative 3. So when I put these together, I'm left with negative 3 x's left. For those of you that was a little, you're not sure why we got negative 3, let's do this real quick. 2 minus 5, different signs subtract, negative 3. This is what you would get. So that's where we get our negative 3. And over here, I'm going to put these two together. So 4 minus 7, again, 4 minus 7, different signs subtract, and you'd end up with negative 3y over here. And that is our most simplified way we can combine and simplify this expression. You cannot combine negative 3x and negative 3y's together. You can put your x's together because they're the same number, essentially. We don't know what x is right now, but we know that these are both the same. Therefore, we can put them together. We don't know what y is, but we know that whatever number y is, these are both the same. We can put them together. Since we don't know what these are, I can't add the x's with the y's. it would get all jumbled up and it wouldn't make any sense if we found out what x and y was later. So we just leave it. That's as simple as we can make it. This would be our answer right here. All right, so here's an example. Well, we just did an example, so I think you should try one. I would like you, in the back of your flip book where you did your other you tries, I would like you to write this one down. So take your finger and move it back there. This is kind of a secret to see if anybody's just fast forwarding to the end. So go ahead and write down this. 8 plus 3x plus 2x minus 1. So pause, try it, and we'll go over it in class. So let's do another example that's a little bit more complicated. Let's try 10x plus 3y minus 8x, let's see, plus 2 minus 10. Okay, so I just like to circle my like terms or use a highlighter. Got my x's. I've got my two constants, so I can put these together. But I'm not going to circle 3y because there's nothing else that I can combine it with. So I've identified my like terms. I've got a negative 8 here, so that means that I'm going to be subtracting 10 minus 8, which would leave me with 2 x's. I'm going to go ahead and write the 3y. And then I'm going to subtract these two because it's a positive 2 and a negative 10. So that leaves me with negative 8. And then I kind of check, is there anything I could put together? This is an x, this is a y, and this doesn't have a variable. So this is as simple as we can make it. Not quite as simple as just 2 terms, but we had 3 different terms in here. So that's as simple as we can make it for now. So I'm going to go ahead and just box that. So here's another one for you to try. So flip to the back of your flip book and go ahead and write this one down. Negative 5b plus 7 plus 4b minus 10. So go ahead and pause and try that one and come in with your answer next math class. And let's try one more example together. Try it over here. So here's one, here's the second one. So 3x squared plus 2x plus 4x squared. All right, I'm going to identify my like terms, and I see that this is 3x squared. And I want to circle it because it has an x, but this value, x squared, is going to be much larger than just x, and those are not like terms. We cannot put those together because x squared is going to be much bigger than just x. So I'm not going to highlight just the x, but I can highlight the 4x squared because they both have the same variable to the same exponent. Okay, and the 2x doesn't have anything to combine. So I put these together. 3x squareds and 4x squareds all together, that's 7x squareds. And I just bring down the 2x. And again, I take a look. Can I really not combine these? And I can't do it because they're not the same value. So that's as simple as we can make it.